Good evening, good afternoon, y'all. YouTube in the building. It's the Cuts and Styles show. My name is Cuts by Dre, and we got my man T Styles in the building. Introduce yourself,
What's
Styles.
up? What's up? How everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody feeling good. Hope everybody feeling blessed.
All right, all right. Today's show, man, we gonna get it going on today's show. We got a good show coming up for y'all today. We got my man Styles in front of the green screen. I'm in the studio in the back. We're gonna be going over some Clippers today. We're gonna be talking some shop talk. So let's get the show started. Styles, man, what we talking about today?
All right, today we're gonna well, before we start, I wanna, you know what I'm saying, give shout outs to you, because you've been, I know you want everybody to know your Eagles are 8-0 and all that good stuff. I know that's a little bit shop talk, but your Eagles is doing good.
Yeah, most definitely. Y'all see it on the head up here.
Right,
Y'all see
right,
it.
right.
Y'all see
So, you know
it.
what I'm saying? It's all love to them, it's all good. But I mean, I've been going through it as far as I need new clippers.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I need new clippers and I'm trying to figure out, what clippers to buy. And the Andes just came out with their new clippers, what was the Andy Revite. I had no experience with them, so I'm like, yo, that might be a good pair of clippers to get because Andy made good product, correct?
Yeah, so you trying to buy clippers for value, or you just trying to get the best clippers that you can get? I
I
mean,
was
what are
just
you
trying
trying
to,
to
at
do?
this point in time, I was just trying to get the best clip I can get for the value when the price, because the price point that I looked up for it was 150 on Amazon at the time. So they can be a little bit more higher or less depending on where you go. But my thing was, I was like, how do I know these was the good clippers? So I hopped on, try to do some reviews, and I, looked over some reviews, and all the reviews, majority of the reviews for the clipper was bad. This Andy Revite, the reviews was kind of bad. So I'm like, yo, I don't want them.
So that Revite, that's the newest clipper they came
That's the
out
new,
with.
yeah, that's the newer clipper that just dropped that came out.
Okay.
Props on them for with their rebranding. I like their new logo. They trying to do some thing, but they coming out with the new clipper. Ain't the barbers are not feeling it.
Yeah.
So my thing though is it got me to thinking, how do us as barber choose the clippers and trimmers that we work with? Basically, how do we choose those? Based on the value, the reputation of the clippers. How do we as barbers, especially for me, I'm speaking from the point of our for the less experienced barber. I only been in the game for a few years. Well, yeah, a few years, and you've been in the game for over 3 years. So I want to hear
30
your
years, 30 years. Don't
what I
cut it to
said.
three. You
I
said
said three. I meant to say a
three
few.
years.
My bad. Charges to the game. My
No, a few
bad. Yeah.
years, a few years ain't 30 either.
Ain't 30 years nowhere near that.
No.
You are correct, sir. So I
Just want to
so
clear
belay
that
my
up.
last on that one. But how do, as far as the reputation, like, and when I was coming up, the best clippers that everybody knew was the Andes. You had Andes, you have Walls, and you had the Oysters at the time. So based on your experience, what were you feeling about those particular clippers? Like the Andes, how was the Andes doing for you at when you first got in the
Yeah,
game?
definitely the Andes was my number one go-to clipper. Oysters was kind of like the even the older school clipper that was always more powerful, but they had the detachable blades, and I never really got too deep into just just the detachables. I like to use the adjustable clippers more, so I went with the Andes. So those were my go-to clippers.
Yeah, okay. What about as far as do you had any experience with walls? Because I don't think I remember walls anymore. Because with Andes, the only thing I really remember about the Andes was the Andes T liner, and I had like 7 or 8 pairs of those. Like everybody had Andes T liners.
Yeah, I never really used a bunch of wall clippers. I do use the Wall 100 limited editions now. I really love them, but throughout the years, I never really used a bunch of wall clippers. I thought wall was on the lower end of the Andes and the oysters and didn't have the power that I was looking for.
Okay, if you can just off reputation, about say your first 10 years in the business, what could you say was the top companies as far as barber stuff in your first 10 years? Who was the best barber to get the your clippers from? We know there was you had the Andes, you had the Walls, you had the Oysters. Was anybody else out there at that time that you knew of?
Not that I use. I'm sure it was probably a lot of. Well, it wasn't a whole lot of off brands back in the day, but those were the main three: the
Yeah, you
Andes, the
wasn't familiar with
oysters.
nobody else. Those was the one that was on the market.
Yeah, those were the main ones. Yep.
So if you would choose your clipper based on reputation, then those was the big three back in the day. They still in operation. They definitely got a lot of competition at this point in time. It's Clippers, man. It's Clippers business all out there. But another way, and especially for how I chose the Clippers, I choose was basically through your favorite YouTuber. I follow a lot of barber YouTuber, and that's how I found out about the Revite. Now, with that being said, it hit and miss for me. Some people give out good advice, some people don't, due to they could be selling their own clippers or got a brand deal with a clipper that they want you to buy, which is nothing wrong with that. But the only thing about it of it is are the old clippers good for you? Dre, what you got to say about that? As far as following your favorite YouTubers and the clippers and stuff they use.
Well, I really just got into YouTube. I mean,
Okay.
you actually got me into the YouTube. So coming up through the years, I really didn't have I didn't really go to YouTube to see who I would like to follow or a particular YouTuber. Now I do follow a few people, but I'm really just now getting into it. So I can't really, put my opinion in on
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was like more of an opinion. It's just like, okay, you follow YouTube, they use them clippers. I want them clippers, but those clippers could be what, $300, $200. Can you afford those clippers? Do you know why those clippers are that good? And if you don't know, then you might not want. I said get them just because your favorite YouTuber have them, which ain't nothing wrong with it because it's a bunch of gear that my favorite YouTubers have that I want, but I don't know what they do, so they don't work for me. So on that same level, I go based on my experience. And what my experience has been telling me is as far as the clippers that I use right now are basically probably from the big three that we name Andy's Walls. And right now I'm using all the Walls product, which are the that we're gonna talk about later. So based on your experience with clippers, who your top niche now as far as based on your 30 years experience of using clippers? Is
My
the,
top ones now is definitely well, the ones I use the most right
yeah.
now is the Babeless clippers. I probably use those the most right now. And then I use Andes a lot. Babeless first, then Andes. But even though I still like the Andes better, I use more of the Babeless.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I I don't have no experience with the Babyless. As far as that Gold XX Clippers, I don't have no experience with them at this point, so I really can't talk about it. But I will show you some Clippers and prices that we do use in the shop for the most part, so y'all can get an example of the Clippers I use in the price point. Since I'm just starting out in the Barbie game, give you an example of what's in my. I can't even talk. What I'm using. All
Okay.
right, so
Okay.
first up, we got the can you see that? This is the Wall Senior, cordless Wall Senior. It's one of this is my go-to clipper that I've been using. Then the price point at the time there of this recording was 126 on Amazon, which is a fairly good price, and that's why I got it because of the price. Now, based on my experience with using this, I want something else. This clipper right here does not get the bulk off the like I want to. I feel like the motor is not as powerful as some of the other one just because I've been using it for a long time. So that's what I mean about as you use clippers and you cut more head, you will get experience whether this clip is right for you, what you need to do. Now you can power these clippers up, but we're not going to talk about that because you have modification, you have power packs and stuff that you can add to this. But we're going to be talking about those today. We're just going to be talking about the basic clippers with the basic price, and these are the Wall Seniors.
All right. What about the noise level on those? Can you cut them on real quick?
Oh, perfect.
How loud are they? They
Not
kind
too
of
loud.
not too loud. I don't know. That's kind of loud
That
to
kind of
me.
loud. I don't think compared to some of the ones I see, I don't think.
So that seems pretty quiet to
To
you.
me, to
To you,
me,
that's relatively
yeah,
quiet.
yeah.
Okay.
I could be going deaf, but I mean, hey, we'll figure that
Okay.
out sooner or later.
All right. Okay. So
Now, the next, the next Clippers still in that Walls family, and they good for the price, are the Wall Magic Clip. And the Wall Magic Clip
well, they
are
look the same to me. So what's the difference
I'm gonna let
between
you know
those
in a
two?
minute as soon as I finish.
All right.
There's the price point for these are 103. Now, based I got these based on recommendation of YouTube, and they do a good job. So that's why I got these. When one charge, I could be using the other one. The power is probably not as strong as the as the senior, but I use these for my fade, as far as fading out and putting in ball lines or my guidelines and stuff. That's how I use now. As Cut by Dre was saying, what is the difference between these? The difference between these, because the price was so cheap, I got two and I switched the blades on them. I got my fade blade and I got my taper blade.
Also, they are the same clipper.
Yes,
They're the exact same clipper. They just got two different
different
blades
two
on.
different blades. I modified it to put the
Oh, okay, I got
fade
you.
braids on there so I can fade. I usually fade with this one and I put my guideline in with that one.
So which clipper is better? You just showed us the Wall Senior, right?
Yes.
So which clipper is better between those and the Wall Senior?
I said a wall senior probably has more power because I don't use these for the bulk of the work. I just use these for detailing and after I done got the hair to the level I wanted to be. Now, with that said, with the price point, what I said was 103. This blade that I bought from Amazon, the taper blade by Walls, and this was $21. So you looking at a price point for what was that? 103, 21, 124 in total. And like I said, with these, I don't know if you can add a power pack to this or not. So I'm not sure with that. But those are the two I use for my detail work, my fading. So
Right?
now for my lineup, I go with the classic, the Andes T liners quartered, and the quartered is about, at the time of this. Let me look right quick. Was running at 54. So these are $54. All my prices is based on Amazon. So if you want to take a look, like I said, you probably can find them a little bit cheaper or higher depending on where you go. So these has always been a go. These, I think every barber has a pair of these or had a pair of these. You got a pair of these?
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
use them a lot myself. But I don't use the T blade. I use the it's called the Outliner
Just the
two, I
regular.
believe
Oh, yeah.
the regular blade. I don't like that T blade on that particular clipper because of the length of it.
Right.
I use that, going around the edges, the eyebrows. Like, get a lot of kids that T blade to cut the eyebrow off. So
Right. Now with these, I know by now most barbers are familiar with the game as far as knowing zero gap. These are zero gap. The only problem I have with my T line, the cordless, is these these damn things get hot.
the corded ones get hot.
Yes, these get hot and they get hot quick. I don't know
Right.
if I have a bad pair as far as how hot they quick, because most people do say they do heat up, but these get a little bit
Now,
uncomfortable
what
hot.
heats up, the blade or the clipper
The
or
motor,
both?
the
The
clip,
motor.
the motor.
So the
Yeah.
blade does the blade get hot as well?
From my understanding, no, I didn't have a problem with cutting anybody with the blade, but I do have a problem just holding it from just how
Oh
hot it
wow.
get. So that's, you might want to take that in consideration. But you can modify this, which we're not going to talk about today. Probably in another video, we'll show you how to modify these to get the best cut from those. But also, with that said, I do not use these on kids or people with sensitive skin. I use the Andes Slim Pros, which also was a big name in the game for a long time before all the other ones came out. And these are rocking at a price point of $71. These are not zero gap. I have not done nothing for on these. I just use these straight out the box to cut kids and people that are sensitive to that could be sensitive to cutting with the zero gap. Have you ever used these?
I believe I used them, just a little bit, not much though. I really don't use those. I use the Andes that you just showed
Right,
and the Babeless FX trimmers.
right. And also I have my Andes Ford shaver. I know everybody got these probably too for balling out, getting that skin fade. If you into that, they're not good on everybody's skin, but these are a basic one. And the price point for these was $55. I don't use these a lot because with our clientele, we don't do a lot of straight skin fade where we use that because they will bump up. So you have to be careful for using these. But I do use them on bald head. I do axe before I use these. But so these are basic. They do the job that I need them to do. Yes, they probably are a better pair, but right now I do not have the experience or clientele to want to get a higher pair or something better. These do their job perfectly. All right, so those are the Ford Shavel. Next, to get into The Babyliss situation. These are the Babyliss XX, the FX Gold trimmers, and they are rocking at a price point of $171. Now, to be um to be fair, these are probably the most wide used trimmer in the game right now. If you go on YouTube, you go to the barbershop, anywhere you go, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see barbers using these. So they are good for the price point. And I said be fair because everybody uses them. I at this point in time, with my experience, I do not like them. I feel like they're too hard to zero gap. When you do zero gap, they do hit hard, but if you don't get them zero wrap, they will cut your face up. I didn't cut my face up. If you probably can't see it because it's healing. And also the blades on these joints are rocking at about $40 just for the blade whole compartment. You can get the knockoff, but I made them. I ain't gonna say I made the mistake. I bought the knockoff, and it didn't hit right. So, and that was about 20 some dollars. Then I had to turn around and buy the real blade, which was 40. So that's $70. I already bought another pair of these just to get the blade right on these. So, and you can take listen to the sound of these.
And those are pretty loud.
Yes, these are pretty loud right here. And also, because of the weight and the bulky, I really don't like them. I haven't found a comfortable way of holding these because I haven't been working with them a long time as far as using them and getting comfortable with them and find out a way to use it. But I think once I'm gonna keep using them because I think once they get there, they're gonna do the job. But with the price point it's hard for me to buy another pair until I get that clientele and make the money to afford another pair because these more on the higher end. So, and that's my problem with these as far as using these. Other than that, for the most part, they're good clippers. What would you say about them?
Yeah, I mean, I like those. I use those a lot. Like you said, I don't use them on kids. I just use them on adults, and those are my go-to clippers for edging up, and ball and fades at the bottom a little bit. So yeah, I like those a lot.
Okay. Like I said, these the gold FX, they good. I think my next set of clipper based on my experience that I want to try the the Babyliss FX Boost. Those what I'm looking like right now. So if y'all got any experience with those, let me know in the comment how they work, which one you got, price point. Do you like them? Anything I need to look out for? Just put me up on game on them. What about you? You got? I think you was you trying to get another pair of clippers or something?
Yeah, I was looking into getting another pair. I haven't made up my mind totally yet, but I think those Babeless Boost, I believe those are the ones that I was looking at as well. I think we were looking at them together, but I
Yeah.
haven't made my mind up yet exactly what I'm going to buy next. But those were, on the list.
Right, because right now they all doing the job that they need to do. But as my experience get better in the game, I'm starting to starting to know what I want to like. And right now I'm looking for clippers with a little bit more power. I'm still looking for a good. I'm still also looking for a good liners or to get my gold FX or another pair of FX to the point where they hitting harder than my Andes. So definitely, if y'all know any, if let us know what suggestion y'all think clippers that we should get. That's good for the money that hit hard and do the job.
Okay,
So
okay. All right. So is that about it? Is that our show for today?
yo, that's our show for today, except for one thing. We all know in the barbershop, especially growing up, probably say in the urban barbershop, the hood barbershop where you go, barbershop was a place where you can always have conversation. Not the best conversation, but you can have conversation with knowing what we going on in the world, how the world operate, what's going on in the hood. Just that man gospel, that we talk about. So we got a little segment, as y'all know, that we little segment we got called Shop Talk, where we just talk about, where we just chop it up about things that's going on in the neighborhoods, going on in the hood, going out in society. So we're gonna touch on that a little bit before we end this show.
All right. So what's the shop talk about today?
The shop talk is pertaining to to our good brother, not knowing him personally, but a fan of his music, that just passed RIP to take off. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, brother. We want to talk about that situation. And as I was thinking about coming in from the angle that I wanted to come from, as far as you being, once you reach a certain level in your life, be careful of the people you will surround yourself with, and be careful of the situation you find yourself in, because when you start moving in a certain, as you get higher, especially in your barber world, you might have to leave people behind so you can take care of your business. But then I got to think about it, and it got me thinking about something else. When you portray a certain lifestyle and you live by that lifestyle, you kind of have to accept what happened in that lifestyle. And that's no disrespect to nobody, especially to that man. My prayers are with him and his family. But we already know the game when it comes to hip hop, when we come to rap, when it comes to anything, certain situations and lifestyle out there that we portray, we might get ourselves caught up in a situation like that. So I want people to be aware of what you're doing, how you aim, and more importantly, how you portray yourself. And I don't take nothing from him or nobody else, but it's a time and place for everything, and we definitely need to be careful, because it's sad when we have to lose people in this manner.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so basically, you just saying you got to be accountable for your actions, I guess, in your lyrics. Is that what you're saying too?
Nah, I'm not. That could be your lyrics. That can be
Or your
how
lifestyle in
your
general.
lifestyle in general, the people you hang around, how you operate, how you is you portraying yourself as a wannabe. And what we got in the hood, we got players, we got thugs, we got gangsters, you got
Well,
all.
these. I mean, I didn't mean to cut you
Yeah.
off, but these days, you don't even have to be a gangster to be getting caught up in something foul. You can be living a normal, quote unquote, normal lifestyle. Not to say, I'm not saying that his lifestyle was normal or wasn't normal or not
Or
normal,
not even said that
but
his lifestyle was gangster or nothing like
yeah,
that.
I'm
We
not
just
really saying his
nah.
lifestyle was gangster, but in these days you can just get caught up out here in situations because there's so many guns on the street now. You just gotta keep your head up, man. You gotta try to stay out of limit your situations as much as possible to put yourself in a predicament like that.
Right. And as far as the lyrics and everything like that, if you don't know by now, half the stuff that these rappers are talking about is over exaggerated. Half the stuff is put together so it can rhyme and sound good. So you just can't be taking word for word or what somebody say, and stop trying to live a life that you see. Even on that same note, as he said, even on the biggest corporate is social media. All these lifestyles that you see on Facebook, TikTok, with Instagram, I couldn't even think of it. Instagram, all that stuff is for fakes, for likes, for shares to get them people out there. Do not base your life on what you see somebody else life is. Don't feel that your life is less than theirs. Don't feel that you need to operate different because of what you see, and don't be envious or jealous of nobody what you see and want to try to do harm to somebody because you don't got what they got. Go out there and get it for your damn self.
Yeah, I
You
feel
know,
you.
you got, what I'm saying? That's this shit is crazy right now. And this, we're gonna end the show before I get the rant and all this other stuff up in here. But yo, be worried. Bottom line is be careful of how you portray yourself. In the same sense, if the way you portray yourself is the way. If you're gonna portray yourself a certain way, live by that way, and you got to accept the concentration of the way that you choose to live. So that's it for us. Tell us how you like the show. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you got any top that you want to discuss, to discuss, let us know. Also, help us out as far as what we can do better. How lighting, sound, all that good stuff. So next time we'll see you.
I appreciate y'all checking out the Cuts and Styles show. We're gonna go to our quick commercial break to close out the show. So y'all make sure y'all check us out for our next episode. Welcome to New Styles Mobile Barber. Come on in.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
All right.
Okay, I like this. This joint is tight. Oh yeah, this is a vibe for sure. You got the game on the TV.
Yeah, have a seat. We're gonna get right started right with you. All right. How you doing today, sir?
Pretty good bunch of sauce.
All right. What kind of haircut would you like today?
Just a taper and a lineup.
Okay.
I like what you got going on here, man. This looks real nice.
Appreciate that. Here you go, sir. How you like that?
Okay. This is nice. This is sharp right here. Definitely get them things.